Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Dream Diesel giveaway overview. We have an extremely exciting announcement in today's video, and you know what? I'm gonna get up off this super comfortable couch. That could be a place that you're reclining if you decide to take the chance to get entered for this truly one-of-a-kind setup and the first of its kind to be done and to be given away. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, check out DDG49, aka Recoil, and we present to you a 6th gen Cummins, the facelifted Cummins. We've got ourselves a Laramie, brand new 2025 facelifted 3500 dually that looks so sick, wrapped in Nardo gray, black factory paint underneath with a matching Nardo gray Keystone 415 in tow. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is DDG49, and it goes by Recoil for one main reason. The 68 RFE transmission is no longer in Dodge, and they bounced back with the new and improved, newly introduced ZF8 transmission. And I'll tell you what, after spending a bunch of time driving this thing all around town, that inline 6 Cummins has exactly what it needs from a proper perspective gear ratio to truly allow that thing to shine. I obviously am a little preferential when it comes to my diesel selections, but I'll tell you what, I leave room for all of them in my heart. It was just really hard to fall in love with the 68 behind the inline 6 Cummins because it just wasn't it. The 10-speed in the Ford, the 10-speed in the GMs, they're just absolutely fantastic, and I can tell you what, I was a little bit on the fence about the ZF8. We're missing 2 gears relative to the competition, but I'll tell you, it does a very good job, and this thing goes by 6th gen, in my personal opinion. But that being said, we are kicking off this giveaway with launch week, so 50 times entries are live if you're watching this video before August 31st, the end of August 2025, for this entire setup that you see right here, and $30,000 in cash, baby. Now look, I'm not gonna lie, anytime any manufacturer introduces a facelift new generation, I'm always a little bit skeptical, but when I saw Ram, I saw the potential. And I'll tell you what, with the color matched inlay bezels around that big old grill and that 5th gen, if you will, carryover with the bumper, I think this thing looks so sick, and it is truly the only one of its kind on the road. And the best part all is, the title for that and that are all up for grabs, and we just need a little scribbled. And will that signature be yours? Only time will tell. So ladies and gentlemen, let's kick it off. All right, so we're gonna hit it with the eeny, meeny, miny, mo. How about we kick off with the toy hauler in tow? Let's do a review of what could be your glamping arrangement home away from home in your Keystone Raptor 415. Kicking off on the inside of this trailer, this thing is just absolutely so spacious and aromatic in every way possible. Look at all that natural light that flows through the vlog, and look at all the room for activities with friends, family, and loved ones to create memories that will last a lifetime. Not at home. That's the beautiful thing about the setups that Enthuzst gives away, is the fact that, look, yes, it's a truck that you can daily drive every single day if you want, but it also comes with the option to hook up to truly one of the industry standard campers to enjoy weekends wherever it is that you desire. All right, so first and foremost, we're gonna start up top, kicking it off in the master quarters, also the full bathroom. We've got the oh so important thinking area. Lots of great things happen in this spot right here. Coming on over to the shower with the black inlays, and of course the sunroof slash skylight. That is a very cool vibe in and of itself. We've got the medicine cabinet and a fresh new release from Enthuzst Apparel, looking fantastic. That being said, nice vanity we've got the barn style door with the overhead track, big old queen size bed, wireless charging on the right side and the left side, outlets all around, storage all around, and one of your zones of air conditioning and your entertainment right here on the wall. We can spin on around to what is the announcement platform. I like standing up here because you really get a grand view of just how spacious this entire place is. But before we head down, let's talk about the centralized command station. This is the in-command module, and it is really sick because it gives you the ability to control your entire camper right here from a central command post. Freshwater, black water tanks, 2 of them to be exact, 2 gray water tanks to be exact. Onboard fuel level, looks like we're running a little low, so we're gonna have to get that thing filled up. Generator, awning, slides, lights, hitch, HVAC settings, the whole 9 yards with your security lights, exterior lights, interior lights, water filter, water heater, water pump, and your battery voltage currently, and any alarm notifications that need be. Really like having everything right here, and then you come down to what is your battery reading again, and battery levels, and then you have your water heater controls right here. Coming on down into the primary living quarters, let's just close things off for conversation purposes, shall we? So these seats right here actually fold up and one-handedly will collapse if you just pull the little seat out, and then they latch on in. Of course, you've got your sink with your drying rack that moves right over. Full style faucet with the detachable head. Backsplash that's black with the white countertops. I love that a lot. Lots of windows all over the place. Lots of storage all over the place, to say the least. You will definitely not go hungry from snacks or lack of snack storage in this thing. Stainless appliances, propane fired. We got a full-size home microwave, more storage up and above there. Coming on over to the fridge. Still no beer in here. Nobody's getting my message. Nobody's getting my motto, but I'm gonna keep trying, to say the least. Coming on over, we've got the glass door over the pantry closet for all the extra storage. Entertainment space with more storage. Big old TV that comes with a strap just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Onboard IRB technology sound with multi-zone and Bluetooth connectivity. The ability to turn on your fireplace for ambiance, but also to run a heater right here, which is fully functional. Look at the vents and the centralized heating on this unit, and then of course, boom, another HVAC zone right there. So second zone, first zone, and a big old vent fan just in case you're smoking the place out a little bit too much, cooking it up over here. I literally love how comfortable the sofas are inside of these things, and truthfully, sitting right here looking around, it's kind of crazy to think that this quite literally can be your level of comfort anywhere you go. I mean, right now we're just like up in the middle of the mountains, and I am extremely comfortable, man. I could take a nap, honestly. Catch you guys in a few minutes.
A few moments later.
All right, I'm feeling refreshed, I'm feeling charged. I'm a short nap guy. If you take naps, dads out in the audience especially, are you a long napper or you're a short napper? I can do 10 minutes and feel like a whole new day. You're gonna have to drop a comment below and let me know. You long nappers though, I don't know how you guys do it. Also, such a sick feature is this huge glass door with the quality hardware and seals. Close that thing right up right there, and all of a sudden we are in the fun station of the garage. Currently we have the bunk bed up, and the secondary bed, you can stagger these things, but these actually come down into chairs, so that can be a relax area, and then of course you can have your bed, and then they go all the way up. And just for reference, I'm probably a good old 5'10.5" for reference purposes. I got a ton of clearance over headroom, so we are good to go there. Big window, big window, big window, big window. Vent on the back, vent on the front, so that way you can get some good cross breeze in here for whatever mechanical instrument that you are storing. Dirt bikes, quads, motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-sides, you name it, it will more than likely haul it depending on your level of creativity. And there are cleats quite literally everywhere, so that way you can make sure whatever it is that you're towing is secured and fastened. Secondary bathroom right here, which is just toilet and vanity. We have it loaded up with hydration. It is kind of our hydration nation right now. But I love that Keystones have the bathroom in the back. And then you have actual location for washer, dryer, mobile units, if you like, with drain line that goes to the gray tank. Coming on to the back right here is a big old storage well. You can put your straps and stuff like that in there, so they are out of sight, out of mind. And we also have our trailer plug in there as well. You got a hose reel in there. There's just a ton of room that you can actually use to move things all the way down on either side. And then coming out to the back deck, party or pleasure, combination of both. Whatever it is, you can enjoy yourself in the open air out here without actually fully dismounting from the trailer. It's got this killer gate right here, so that way you can keep anything contained. Dogs, children, adults, what have, this trailer has you covered. And then we've got an awning that comes out here and a big old LED floodlights, so that way you can really light this thing up at night when our natural light goes to sleep. We do not have the awnings out back or out on the side today, just because the winds are blowing, and honestly, the manufacturer recommends that you don't have those out if there are gusts, because it could potentially risk flopping them around and creating some damage, and we ultimately don't want to damage what could soon be yours. All right, so popping out the second entryway or exitway, whatever it is that you'd like to call it, we've got our pop out right there, and then 2 additional pop outs on the other side, one for the kitchen and one for the master sleeping quarters, right up over the bed of the brand new 6th gen Ram with the ZF8 transmission. These 6th gens are really sick. And the cool thing is, this one, as of right now filming this video, miles are subject to a little bit of change because we'll be doing a lot of filming while we're with the truck. But right now it's got like just a little bit over 300 miles on it. It's brand spanking new, and that means it also has a transferable warranty for whomever takes it home. I hope that you watch. Now, before we get into this truck, I just want to talk a little bit about the color combination that we went with on the trailer. We decided, obviously, the black and gray theme on the truck, and really wanted to accentuate that on the trailer. So we did a big old stripe, 50% right down the middle of this thing, Nardo gray on the top, black on the bottom, kind of matches with the truck. Nardo gray on the top, black on the bottom. Super freaking cool. And then we did a massive holy grail on the driver's and passenger side of the truck behind the primary living quarters, kind of right where the garage starts, which I think looks killer. And then we've got some of our fantastic shops that we work with along the backside of the tailgate. Genuinely, we are so grateful for 2 groups of people. Number 1, our incredible enthusiast supporters and family. And number 2, the incredible shops that help us create these awesome, unique creations on a month-to-month basis. All right, now with that being said, let's talk about Recoil. Being that the Rams are back in what we believe is a great version of their reinvented selves, Recoil was perfect. It also falls perfectly in line with how much we love patriotism, and that relates to guns. Baby, this thing is great. Just like a big old rifle rolling down the road. It's like a huge turret on wheels, and Recoil, man, it couldn't fit this build any better. All right, so let's start on the front of this thing. Obviously, we've got a 2-tone color theme. All the black plastics have been sanded smooth, primer, and painted high gloss black. Valence, bumper insert, and grill insert. And then we've got all of the Nardo gray accent. So the 2 big bezels, 1, 2 around the headlight, the bezel at the bottom of the grill, and the bezel at the top of the grill, the entire bumper, of course. Obviously, up top, we kept with the 2-tone color theme. We've got this big Cal induction hood, although I don't believe it's functional on Rams, which is a little debatable on design, but I do think it looks really cool. It seems like all the manufacturers kind of copy their rival competition like GM, but hey, it's cool, I like it. So we played on that to create more of a Cal induction type look that complements the big old 3500 badges that are gray and black to match. Coming along the side, the late series 5th gens and now 6th gens came with these reinvented mirrors. These are all painted gloss black, bunch of cameras in them, and we've got the Boost Auto Parts LED white running lights here, as well as the Boost Auto Parts cab light to bring the white LEDs into the overall build. Now this thing is rolling around on a set of KG1 26-inch wheels. We've got the spinners that have the greatest bearings known to man. Those caps will literally be spinning until I'm done this vlog. Rolling around on a set of 37 NT2 Country Hunter MTs. I really love the look of these new Country Hunters, man. They look fantastic, and especially on dualies. That big old deep dish in the back is just hard to beat, and I'll tell you what, it really gives the dually that stance that they absolutely desire to create one of the hardest setups on the road. Look at that thing, still going. Suspension-wise, simplicity is bliss. 4-inch leveling kit by Wicked Customs up front. This thing drives so incredibly well with those Fox 2.0 shocks. It's just enough lift, it's just enough level. You got full turn radius, it does everything it needs to do, and it looks fantastic while doing it. Now this truck is a Laramie, so it's got so many options. I probably won't be able to go over every single one of them with you, but I'm gonna show you guys some of my favorites. But before we do that, I just wanted to show you the back. Gloss black and gray accents on the bumper, big old Ram in gloss black. Obviously, the tailgate handle gloss black as well. Look at that massive B&W fifth wheel hitch. That thing is quite literally brand new. Now let's step on into this truck, shall we? We've got power folding steps, obviously killer. And now we are inside of what could be your new truck. Also, by the way, guys, just want to let you know, the check engine light is on right now. That's because we literally just got this truck put back together, and it still thinks that it's taken apart, but after about 50 to 100 miles, that will go away, so please rest assured. It is quite literally a brand new truck. Even the smell inside of this thing is that oh so glorious, straight off of the manufacturing floor, and it's just fantastic in every way, shape, and form. All right, so inside, similarities, yet differences, okay? Big difference, number one, is the fact that some of the materials are a little bit different. Softer to the touch steering wheel, feels very nice. The shifter feels a little bit different. That obviously has to do with the ZF8 transmission. So with that being said, it's very smooth. It feels great. Needless to say, I'm just really happy the 68 and the ASN, whatever. I'm just happy they're gone, because now it's one transmission, and it seems like they had to take over a decade to figure out their technologies in trans, but I'll tell you what, this thing feels incredible driving, especially tone. Now we're looking at a full digital cluster here inside the truck, so you can actually change this screen setup in a whole bunch of different ways. If you win this thing, you can take the time to hang out in here with your AC seat on, and you can play with all these settings to get familiar with them for yourself. Obviously, light controls, that hasn't changed. Window controls, they haven't really changed, except we do have power folding mirrors, which are very nice, and truthfully, guys, I'm not gonna lie, as a GM Ford guy, I like them a lot. I'm really happy that we have traditional style lower blindside mirrors now. They just work a lot better in my personal opinion, and they have LEDs right on the other side, which is super cool. You have remote start and keyless entry, of course, push button start. All of your buttons that used to be right down here are now digital, so we've got exhaust brake, 2 settings, front park sense, rear park sense, tow haul, alternate trailer height, so you can let it know. And then when you come into your media, this is a new version of Uconnect, so like the iOS has been updated. It's probably a little bit faster. You still have analog push buttons on the left side. You can turn on and off. And then your tune and your enter scroll is right over here. You have an off-screen button as well that just shows you this display. Down on the bottom, 2 USB, 2 USB-C and aux. 2 wireless charging ports right here, adjustable center console like you saw on the 5th gen trucks, which is very cool. Lots of room to put lots of things and change if people still do that these days. I knew I would forget something. This truck does have the active Hadley arms for the rear air ride suspension, which makes a world of difference not riding on pure steel when towing such a heavy haul in the back. You do have some air plushness between the steel of the frame and of course the leaf springs, and it makes a world of difference. Plus it's self-leveling, which is so nice. Storage right up top here, which opens up kind of fancy like, and then on the bottom we've got more storage there. Harman Kardon sound system. Very nice two-tone leather, of course, with your multi-material. So we've got the suede, the leather, and then of course the light gray accent with the light gray stitching and Laramie embroidered into the actual seat itself. Plus we'll be leaving these little things on so you can pull them off. So with all that being said, this entire setup, DDG49, aka Recoil, a 6th gen Cummins, and a Keystone 415 that are wrapped Nardo gray that come with $30,000 cash are up for grabs. And listen up, somebody watching a video just like you decided to get entered. As a matter of fact, well over 48 previous winners, not including all the other accessory giveaways that we've given away over the course of the last 7 years. And there's nothing different about you getting a chance to take all of this home. We are so grateful for the support, the loyalty, the patriotism, the fellowship, and the camaraderie. We absolutely love you guys, and thank you so much for your support as always. You have to drop a comment below and let us know what you think of this rig, and we'll see you all in the next one.